My name is Mark Sheckler. I'm the Senior Energy Auditor for Rogers Machinery here in Seattle, and I'm presenting a case study of a comprehensive compressed air energy audit that was done in Tacoma at a metal foundry. And one of the things we're trying to present is the necessity to have a comprehensive approach to energy auditing so that you maximize your savings and also you do everything you can to make those savings sustainable rather than just a snapshot savings. And to do that, you really need to invest the time and you need to invest the equipment and the training to be able to pick that information up and to be thorough. Otherwise, many times you'll miss a lot of the savings that are available. Okay, well, as I said, I'm the Senior Energy Auditor, and what I do is a number of things. I go ahead and I direct all of the auditing efforts in the Seattle area. Our company's headquartered in Tigard, Oregon, and I head the audit group here in Seattle. And what we do is that we select different audit projects that are available. We work directly with Bonneville as well as a number of other utilities in the area. And we come up with programs that are going to be tailored for a particular client to try to improve their energy efficiency. About 90% of the time we can do some significant savings for them. 10% of the time you may not be able to improve it enough to make it a business sense approach. We also understand that businesses are not going to do these things unless it makes sense financially. And so we do everything we can to put out the financial information to persuade them that it is in their best interest to do it. And so we work very carefully with the folks in the utilities who have energy incentive programs. And in many cases we can fund up to 70%, sometimes even more, of a project using utility incentive monies. But to do that, we have to be able to prove the savings. And so my job is basically to make sure that we do it in an accurate fashion, fashion that's going to be repeatable by the utility and that satisfies all their requirements. And at the same time, we want to maximize the savings, not just take the biggest amount of savings. We want to get it all. And we also want to be able to sustain it, because most of the programs basically anticipate a 15 to 20 year life of any equipment that they subsidize. So it's very important that whatever we do is going to work 10 years from now in being efficient. And most plants are going to be varying in their productions over the years, and they may use more air or they may use less air. And we need to make sure that whatever system that we provide or we propose is going to give them the maximum efficiency throughout the range of operation they anticipate. So I guess my job is to make sure that that's done, and we do it to the satisfaction of the utility and the client. And then I also work with our inside and outside guys in our company to make sure that we project manage everything so that the equipment actually is working and functioning as we proposed. And then we verify the savings by putting on our equipment, and we kind of do a before and after approach. So that everybody knows that there are real savings. And we basically see that as a requirement for most utilities, but even if a utility would not require that, we would do it anyway. And it would allow us to kind of critique our own methods and make sure that what we're proposing and what we're seeing is correct and true. And I've been doing this for about 12 years. And in that time, we've probably done, I'm guessing, about 400 to 500 of these energy audits.
Wow.
We do about 50 major projects a year in the Seattle area. Company-wide, it's in the hundreds a year. And the one I'm going to be talking about today is one of our bigger ones in Tacoma, where we saved well over 3 million kilowatt hours a year.
Wow.
And the utility funded about 70% of the total installed price. But the requirements were very stringent. We're cognizant that we're using public monies and we're using taxpayer monies to fund many of these incentive programs, and we feel that we owe it to everybody to make sure that we do it in a conservative fashion, and we also do it in an accurate fashion, so we have accountability. What my favorite thing really is the fact that every time I go in to a plant, it's always something different. It's always a challenge to find out, how can we provide an energy efficient system that's going to meet their production needs. And that balance is very important because you got to make it attractive to the client. And at the same time, you got to maximize those energy savings. So that's really the challenge of the job, and it's always kind of exciting to walk in the door. And of course, when you do the measurement and verification of any project, there's always a little bit of adrenaline involved there because you've kind of laid out what your projections are. And even though we've never really had any cause to come back and say, gee, I'm sorry we didn't get the savings, but there's always that excitement of actually seeing, the end results and verifying that your work and your projections are correct.